continue on this route. Keep on keeping on. Hmm?
Keep on keeping on. Hmm? Let's mute that. Well, as I said recently, there's just been a map update. Actually, before I show that, this is an 1100. I've shown it before, but I'm showing it again for reasons I will explain in a moment. But this is an LM, so yeah, I got the 2026 North America update. But I purposely used my maps on this. And why? It's faster. OpenStreetMap, even if it's not my maps, even if it's OpenMap, Chess, GMap Tool, userbeam.de, or whoever, the 2026 maps from Garmin do work on this 2009 model, true, but where it, I won't say fails, where it's not ideal, yeah, that's the good way to put it, where it's not ideal is particularly during city driving. Like, see these roads right here? Let's just say I was going to take Klein right here, but I had to miss it for some reason. And you see where Shiloh is up here? Well, were I currently on a route, like you're seeing now, and I missed Klein, and let's just say, well, actually, not let's just say, so the unit would have to recalculate the route. Well, the problem is that it would not finish recalculating the route until well past Shiloh. And that's just because of how old it is. That's the thing. Unless you're using OpenStreetMap, in which that case, yes, it would recalculate much faster, fast enough to where it would have the route recalculated before those two roads I just showed you. So, I mean, I've been seeing this issue with older models for years now. Particularly, I think it started with not the Drive Smart, but the Drive models, like the Drive 50. I've even seen it on the Drive 52, actually, and that's not all that old, is that if you miss a street and you really want this thing to recalculate fast, real fast, so you can get back on track so you're not spinning in circles and driving around all over creation and such. If you really want that speed of recalculation, and you cannot get like a Drive Smart 76 or a Drive Smart 66 out of your price range, you have to stick with what you have, you go to OpenStreetMap. It's basically like an instant upgrade because it has, in the way that these things work, it has less to think about. It calculates the route much quicker if you're on OpenStreetMap. Again, it doesn't have to be my maps. It can be any OpenStreetMap provider that makes Garmin compatible map image data files. It just works. That's the whole thing. It just works. True, you know, I'm not getting the speed limit or anything like that. But then again, on this particular model, and this is part of the reason I took it out again, even with official Garmin maps, this does not show the speed limit. Because this is like a super basic version of it. Like the 1260, which is like the same as this thing, except it's got a black bezel around it and has text-to-speech. This does not have text-to-speech. It does, amazingly, do traffic reporting. And not with a built-in traffic receiver. You have to have a GTM 35, I think. Yes, GTM 35. I don't think the 36 works with this. But most people wouldn't use it that way anyway. But anyway, this thing, no text-to-speech, no speed limit, really, really basic. So what matters ultimately, what you use it for, is just navigation and speed of route calculation. Well, with the modern maps, although this supports it, To which I actually applaud Garmin, because I'm amazed I can still, with a 32 gig card installed in this, which is what I have in here, I'm amazed lifetime map is still honored on this model. Again, 2009. This thing is old, but it totally works. The only reason I even keep the Garmin maps on here, though, is not for calculating routes. It's actually for looking up stuff. So what I would do if I had to look something up is, let's just say I get out of a store, I'm in my car, and I'm about to start a trip. I would go to Tools, Settings, Map, Info, and then switch over to the Garmin map. And then what I would do is where to, point of interest, and then find what I want to look for by spelling the name or just going by category. And that is how I would do it. Then once I find the location, I wouldn't start the route. I would go back to Tools, Settings, Map, Info, and then swap back over to OpenStreetMap. And if you're wondering, well, why not just have both checked? Don't do that. If you do, you have what's called map tile overlap, and that can cause the unit to crash. So what will happen is that what I mean by that is you'll be driving down the road and then suddenly this thing will just reboot. That's a software crash. I mean, it won't do anything crazy, but yeah, if it just rebooted suddenly in the middle of a route, well, that's a problem. And that happens if you have both the Garmin map and OpenStreetMap at the same time, which is why you only select one. And that's it. If everything you have is OpenStreetMap, then you can do multiples. But if it's two specifically different providers, this one being Garmin, this one being me, or OpenStreetMap specifically, then yeah, don't do both. Not smart. And then I hit go, and then, okay, I'm on my way at that point. That works. But yeah, OpenStreetMap, with these old guys in particular, basically saves them. You could use this with just Garmin maps. You could. But where it would really bother you is if you missed a turn. Like, see this, where it says Woodbridge up here and then this road up here, whatever it is. If I had to take Woodbridge and I missed it, I'm assuming it's a road I can turn on. Let's just say it is. It would not finish recalculating from here to here. It just wouldn't. But with the current OpenStreetMap selected, yes, it would. Is that even a road? I don't even know what that is. There's a waterway here. Oh, that might be a bridge. I'm not. What is that? What is that? Are you going to tell me? Oh, power line. Well, we can't drive on that, can we? Never mind. We're not going to drive on a power line. Ah. But you get the idea, though. If you are running one of these older guys and you have to stay with it, it's okay to use the Garmin maps. But if you want faster routing, and who doesn't? Faster route calculations and faster route recalculations. Yeah. Get yourself a 32 gig card if you don't already have one. And install your OpenStreetMap maps of choice alongside your Garmin maps. Remember, again, pick one, don't pick both, so you don't get map tile overlap, so you don't have that problem. And true, no speed limit, and you don't get junction view or anything like that, but the speed of calculation and recalculation, at least to me, more than makes up for it and keeps this thing running longer.